Welcome to Ascent. All right, Divine Feminine, you are definitely going to want to bookmark this one or remember it or play it every single day, or whenever something happens and you need yourself a reminder, this here is the one. We're going to talk about what's closing, the closeout of this year in 2021, and then what Spirit is preparing us for in 2022. Oh yeah, so if you ever need to refocus, if you ever need to know what Spirit is doing for the remainder of 2021 and the beginning 2022, bookmark this reading. Oh yeah. All right, now I'm gonna shuffle these deck. I'm gonna do that a couple times, and then we're gonna dive right into this reading here. Ooh, that sounded good. And we're going to see what we need to see about 2021 closing out, opening up 2022. What you gonna do? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Come on now. Hum now. All right. And then one more of these. And then we will start the setup. All right, first I want to split this one more time. Bang. All right, now let's start here and let's go and then let's go and then we'll go All right, those look good. And then I've got a special message at the end, as you know, for the Divine Feminine, direct message from Spirit and direct message from DM. All right, so let's go top here. Let's do this one over yonder. This one, sure, why not? You come right there, and then let's go bottom line, shall we? All right. Oh yeah, that looks good. You know, I'm not bragging or anything, but it looks kind of good though. All right, so let us proceed. Make sure this is looking good enough for y'all. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I remember that one. All right, let's diggy do it. Here's what's closing. Here's what the Divine Feminine is working on in 2021 closing. This is what all the focus, all the energy should be on, right, y'all? And then preparation. This is why. This is what we're preparing for in 2022. And of course, we'll see how Spirit, Divine, and for me, it's God, how it plays out in the hand. All right, cool. All right. The rest of these are clarifying cards. Let's jump right in, shall we? Stop wasting time. Let's go. Though. So what is the Divine Feminine working on closing super hard in 2021? All right. You're working on closing out your stoppage of this energy. That's what you're working on closing out. This year in 2021, this energy here has been on and off. And it's actually been a lot more off than you would like it to have been for longer than you would have liked to have been there. So, saying that to say that 2021, we're working on closing the idea that this is not us, right? That this is not you. You're working on closing out the fact that doubt is present when this card pops up. You're wondering how it's you, why it's you. All this doubt pops up. So this is what needs to be worked on. And this mindset, this switching, this fear of either not being this person or not knowing how to be this person, or fear that you're not this person as often as you should be, this switch in this mental perception right now is going to do so much. It's the way you think, the way you act, the way you move. Everything is going to change when your mindset about you changes. Right? There's nothing else that's going to give you more power than realizing that you indeed have the power. Right? And you only realize that when there's a lack of you wielding the power. Right? You realize that, hey, wait, this doesn't feel right. I'm not where I'm wanting to be. I'm not where I feel like I'm supposed to be right now. And that creates a dissatisfaction and a discontentment with the current situation, which only fuels more of what that is producing, which is unsatisfactory situations. So we're working on doubt in 2021. Doubt is what we're working on. And doubt embodied by this card is non-existent. There is no doubt when this card comes up. This card is the exact opposite of doubt. This card shows faith, shows trust, shows hope. This card shows power. This card shows contentment. This card shows peace. This card shows where the divine feminine aims to be an example of at all times. So again, doubt in 2021 is what the divine feminine should be working on closing out, and again with everything that you got, because whether you know it or not, or whether you can acknowledge it or not, or see the connection or not, the doubt about this being you, or the doubt that this is who you need to be, the doubt that you can't be this person, the doubt that you don't know how to be that, all of that needs to go out the window, right? You only feel that way because you doubt that you are who you are. And you doubt that because of the situation outside of you. Because when you look back inside, you remember this person. But you only do that after a lot has happened on the outside to rub you the wrong way, to make you scratch your head like, what in the world is going on here? And then there's a realization, oh, I haven't been in my energy. I haven't been who I'm supposed to be. I've been not as on point here as I should have been. And acknowledging that is the very first huge step in overcoming the doubt. Very first huge step. So again, in 2021, we're closing out doubt. That's what's closing out. And what's replacing that in 2022? What is Spirit preparing us for in 2022? Preparing us for the work. Preparing us for the work. You know what's interesting about this is the fact that they're both the same number. They're both the same number. Also, what this is saying to me is that this energy translates. This type of person does this kind of work. So the fact that we're preparing for this in 2022, it shows us the need to remain here. All right. So again, the doubt surrounding this energy needs to be completely eradicated. It cannot be taking up any energy that you are not this person, or getting pulled out of this energy. It can't be, it has to be non-existent. And that is done, that is accomplished by doing the work, burying yourself in the positive, proper way in the work. And it's the work for the kingdom, which is sharing wisdom. Wisdom is what you've learned based off of your experience, based off of your life. What have you learned based off of what you've been through? And then you turn around and you share that with people, and you hope and you pray by doing this work that they eventually move around the snares that are in the world to get to where they want to be, better, quicker, more efficiently, in the spirit of truth, right? So overall, we're being prepared for our work coming up next year. And in our work, there can be no doubt that this individual is present, this individual is working. There can be no doubt. So that's what Spirit is working on, the Divine Feminine, erasing the doubt. And this doubt about you as this individual, do you know where this comes from? This comes from the Divine Masculine. That's why you feel like this sometimes. That's why you feel out of this sometimes. It's because of the Divine Masculine not being able to show you that they see you as that, because they are yet unable to. They are not emotionally, relationally, dynamically between two people, not mature enough to show you and recognize you and treat you as this person. And if they do recognize you, it's still, they're not treating you like this. And that's where the doubt comes in. That's where the doubt comes in, because the Divine Masculine treats you one way, and that way that you're being treated is not the way that this person would be treated. And then it makes you doubt. So if this is my Divine Masculine and he's not treating me the way that right? And that type of negative thinking, it just comes back and it cycles back around and around and around. Close out the doubt. Close out the doubt in 2021. This energy right here, this is it. This is who you're supposed to be at all times. All right, let's see. Bang. Bang. What is Spirit preparing for you in 2022? Contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. This is beautiful. I got 2 3s up top, and then I got a 4. This is a very positive energy. Contentment, peace, and abundance. Doesn't that look like what this individual has? Doesn't that look like what this individual creates by sharing wisdom and knowledge? So again, we're right on track, right? This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be closing out the doubt, getting rid of any skepticism about ourselves based off of anybody else. Because when you think about yourself and you remember who you are, this is the energy that gets produced from that. All right, let's drop it on down and get some clarifications here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Really high energy over here. Really high energy. Make a decision. Decision time. That's what the King of Swords represents. Somebody that is decisive, somebody that knows what they want, somebody that is sure, somebody that chooses, not waits for somebody else to make a decision. Why? Because they are the king. They rule the kingdom. So they don't wait for anybody to make a decision. They're the one, the buck stops with them. They're the ones making the decision. This is you in your life. There is nobody else in this position in your life that's going to make decisions for. They will if you let them. They will if you let them. But if you want the best for yourself, you would make decisions for yourself. You would make decisions for yourself. This is what's being worked on right now. This is what's being worked on. Realizing who you are, and making a decision to be that person. Making a decision to be that person. 2021 is closing out the doubt. There is no doubt when the vision is clear, when you're sure about who you are. There is no doubt when you're sure about who you are. All right, let's drop it like it's hot over here. All right. Freedom. Mental freedom. By doing the light work. You can overcome, be on top of being overwhelmed by doing the light work. You understand? Do you see it? Do you see how this is playing out? It's very important that it goes, it's noticed. Because if not, we are doomed to repeat the same cycle if we don't learn from it. What's been happening is that you've been worrying yourself to death. What you're being prepared for is overcoming that. You're going to overcome that with the spirit of truth, moving in the spirit of truth, doing your light work. That's how you overcome being overwhelmed, feeling like it's too much, feeling like you just can't do it, feeling like it won't be done, it won't happen, feeling defeated. You're being poised right now. You're being poised to overcome a feeling of defeat and a feeling like you're not winning. That's what's being prepared for you. Victory is being prepared for you in 2022. Victory through the spirit of truth by light work. It's going to bring you contentment, peace, and abundance, and a happy home life. The successful completion of a project it's talking about is the paradigm shift, the mental shift from not being this person to being this person. And it's, again, only occurs when the divine masculine is in the picture, when the divine masculine's energy is being considered. Otherwise, it is always this who you are. That's always who you are. But sometimes we get lost in the sauce. Sometimes we get lost in the sauce. So it's working on staying in this. 2021 closing out the doubt. And again, the doubt is related to and comes from the divine masculine, because when you remember who you are, the power starts to flow, right? Sure things start to happen. Your life starts to move in a more, at a quicker pace. I'm seeing the 8 of Wands as I'm saying this. At a quicker pace, your life starts to move because you're making decisions for yourself. You're making decisions based off of what you need and what you want, which is ultimately going to bring you contentment, peace, and abundance. Let's get another clarification here. Winning back, regaining the mind, pieces of the mind, regaining. It's like you're stealing back what was taken from you, and what was taken from you was your groundedness, your being sure. You were absolutely certain at one point, and then something came along to knock you off course. And it's getting back to that. It's getting back to that sweet spot, that flow spot. That is what introduced all of these things to come into your life. Oh, we have a synchronicity. Bang, bang, 4 of fire, 4 of wands, same card. Contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. 2022, you're being set up for victory. victory in 2022. You'll be able to sidestep this. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna switch this bastard up. I don't like the way it look over here. You're gonna sidestep, you're gonna swerve this feeling of being overwhelmed. And this feeling of being overwhelmed does not start with you. It does not come from you. It does not come from it. It comes from trying to figure out what the other side is doing, what the divine masculine is doing. It comes from figuring out what the divine masculine's got going on, what the divine masculine's plans are, what the divine masculine's plans are for y'all, themselves, their world. That's what's overwhelming about this situation. What's gonna help you? Again, what's being set up in 2022 by Spirit, right, is a victory. Is victory. You will reach where you want to go in 2022. All right? By light work. That's how you're going to get there. Nowhere else, no way else are you going to get there by other than doing the light work. And doing the light work means that you're moving in the spirit of truth. Moving in the spirit of truth means that you're moving too fleet of foot to be dragged down by the overwhelming weight of seeing what the divine masculine got going on, waiting for the divine masculine to make a decision, figuring out why the divine masculine isn't seeming to be doing what they're supposed to be doing in order to get the dynamic back to where it's supposed to be. It only appears that way, but it's being worked. It's y'all know the saying, the Lord works in mysterious ways, right? So even more so for these types of situations, especially with the fact that we know that the divine feminine has a divine masculine and they're supposed to be together. So if this person that you're thinking about is the one, then everything that's happening until y'all get together is meant to happen so y'all can be together, right? And overthinking that in 2022 isn't going to help you. It's not going to get you to contentment, peace, and abundance. Matter of fact, it's going to keep you doubting that you are who you are, because this person has no type of decision-making ability right now, right? And because of that, you're the one stuck trying to make all the decisions, and that's where you get overwhelmed. Not next year, and not anymore this year, because you're staying here, making decisions for yourself, and taking back any power that you gave to somebody else to make a decision based on your situation, right? That's what this is. In 2021, we're closing out the doubt that we're not this. We're closing out our indecision, our indecisiveness, right? And it's only because we have given the other person the authority or the ability to make decisions for us, because that person is supposed to be the leader. Yes and no. They're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to allow them to lead when they show leadership qualities. They do not have that right now. Until then, you're supposed to lead in your own life. And then when y'all get together in union, y'all collaborate as leaders so y'all can lead together, right? Y'all mesh ideas together. Y'all stronger as one unit. Two minds together are stronger than one. In that same regard, right now, that mind is not a good mind to be collaborating with, because they are not yet on the same level, thinking in the same frequency that you are. You're on the spirit of truth, they're on self. They're on 3D. You're on 5D, they're on 3D. It's not a problem, but it is right now because of the way they're acting and the way that they make you feel because of the way they act, which knocks you off course, makes you doubt, and then you don't want to do nowhere until you get the divine mask, until everything is okay, until, right? It's okay. Don't overwhelm yourself. What's happening is supposed to happen. It's going to get you to where you need to go. So anybody that put doubt in your mind, the divine masculine themselves even, regain that. That's what we're working on in the 2021 closing. Solidifying our decision making for our own lives and taking back the power that we've given to anybody else to have authority or dominion over our own lives. There is nobody but you that is in control. There is nobody but you that can tell you what to do, how to act. You have to judge based off of what's happened to you so far, what's happened, what you've been involved in, right? The track record, the history of the relationship, of the dynamic. You have to look at it right now and see what the return on investment is so far. You have to look back and see, has this been better or worse for you right now? And again, that's not to say that in the future it's not going to come back around much better, or it's not to say that it's not going to come back in a different form much better. What it is saying right now is that for the past time, it has not been better for you. That's all I'm saying. Honest assessment, and then make a decision based off of that assessment. And don't make decisions based off of what anybody else would think or what you think anybody else would be comfortable with. You have to make sure that you're comfortable with your decision, not make anybody else comfortable with your decision. You have to make yourself comfortable first. And then anybody else that fits in there or makes themselves fit in there by earning it can go ahead and sit as the next counterpart, as the counterpart on the throne. All right, let's see on this side. A desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. This is what you're being set up for in 2022. This is what you're being set up for in 2022. You've been stuck for a while. You've been again doubting the journey. You've been doubting the divine masculine, and thereby doubting yourself, thereby doubting divine, you're doubting all over the place. There has been a desire to move on within you, and it's not wrong. What's wrong is that you have not made that decision to move based off of that desire, because you think that that would disqualify you as the divine feminine or something to that effect. If somebody has told you that, or you told yourself that, at this time you can go ahead and release that, because that is not the case. Truths. If you're a divine feminine, you got a divine masculine. If you got a divine masculine, then y'all gonna be together. Truths. Anything else is superfluous. You've had a desire to move on because this person for quite some time now has not been embodying the divine qualities of a divine masculine. The only thing that has enabled you to feel comfortable being with the divine masculine, even though they're not being divine in their nature, is the fact that you have classified them based off of either feelings, a confirmation from somewhere or something, or the fact that what you saw matches what you feel you've been through. One of those three things are the reason why you allow yourself to stick with this person, even though this person is seeming to feel like they're working against you at times, or don't care which direction you're going at times. And because of that, you've had a desire to move on. But again, you denied yourself because you thought that it was your duty to withstand while the divine masculine was working through and becoming divine. Again, at this time, if you have thought that, feel free to release that, and don't deny yourself your desire to move on, because you moving on will kickstart the divine masculine's growth. And in the meantime, you will be solidifying your spiritual and emotional growth and finding something more meaningful, aka your light work. All of these things are the setup for you to not feel overwhelmed by the thoughts of this other person. Because the thoughts that you have about this other person, or about this other person, the way they think about you, is affecting how you view yourself. How you view yourself is affecting your ability to do your light work to your maximum potential. I'm not saying that you're not doing it. I'm just saying that maximum potential is not being achieved solely because of the thoughts, the mind. The focus is not 1000% there because it's on the divine masculine. It has been. And that has made you doubt that. Forego that. Forget that. Forget that altogether. You are this person. Know that. And anybody that doesn't think that, you get yourself back from them. Matter of fact, you just mentally take back your power from that person and then leave it at that. Right? You don't physically have to get anything or have a conversation or anything. Just mentally release the power from them and regain that power for yourself. And that will help you come back over here. And that will help you stay up here. And that will help you move on to find something more meaningful while growing, doing the light work to achieve both of these, which is the same thing. 4 of Wands, 4 of Fire, contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. All right, let's see over here. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. Whoa, that's this one. Holy sinks. Broski, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm telling you? It's the light work, baby. It's the light work. It's all about the light work. It's all about the light work. And divine is showing that to you over and over again with this oh man, this is beautiful. 4 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Come on now. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Huh? Write it down if you see it. What do you see? What? I just gave it away 2 times. If you don't see it, you don't see it. Huh? I hope that if you were supposed to see it, that you saw it. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Light work will bring contentment, peace, and abundance. Right now, all of the value that you have for contentment, peace, and abundance is related to, or is impact. What I'm saying is that your contentment, peace, and abundance is in the divine masculine, and it's not in the light work right now. So even when you do your light work, you're not really satisfied because you feel like you're missing something, which is your divine masculine, but you're not really missing that person. They're just being prepared for you in this time. So feeling like you're missing them is actually the wrong feeling to feel. As a matter of fact, if you feel like that, then you really don't understand the journey as a whole, and that everything that happens from the time that you met this person till the time that y'all get together was supposed to happen, and that if it didn't, then y'all would never get to have gotten together. Right? If you're not satisfied with what you're going through right now, then you're not ultimately wanting the union. If you don't understand that this is for a reason, that even if it sucks, it's for a reason, then you don't grasp the entirety of the journey, and that person going through this is preparing them for you, and that without them learning this, they would have been deficient in your union. So again, I say that they're being prepared for you. So this is how we are able to refocus on the light work, because the spirit of truth is working on the divine masculine, and we should be working in the spirit of truth in our lives. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more time because I know it's kind of blurry over there. The power of creativity. The power of creativity. Be a team player. Recognition for very high quality work. Thinking question. Have you had maximum output of very high quality work being a team player? Where can you improve if not? Okay. Let's see here. Benefits. Benefits. Whoa. Whoa. Well, howdy do there, huh? This is a splendid benefit for getting the right mindset about yourself and having that be the only real thing that's on your mind is who you are, what you represent, and what you're here to do, and taking back power and authority from anybody that you've given power and authority over you. And again, I say that you've given, which means that you're free to take it back. You are absolutely free to take it back since you gave it in the first place. Absolutely free to take it back. Don't even feel guilty for it. Why? Because that person didn't do the right thing by you gifting them that with that awesomeness. How dare they? So feel free to, hey, run me that, bubba, so that you can eventually learn that me giving you that and you doing that with it was not the right thing to do. So when you get prepared in the future for me to give you this again, you don't do that again. Okay, so all of this is preparing you. All of this is getting it ready. Huh? All of it is getting ready, preparing for the union. Everything. Everything. Don't doubt it. Just go with it. Just go with the flow. Flow. You gotta flow. All right. Let's see here. Benefits. So you can love life again and get back to contentment, peace, and abundance. Does that look like contentment, peace, and abundance? It does to me. That looks like contentment and peace to me. Got a little knapsack, only packing for the trip, but the rest of the abundo is at the house. The rest of the abundance is at the house because they got a happy home life. Why? Because they had a new beginning in themselves, realizing that they got to keep their head to the sky, feet on the ground, doing the light work all the way around. Doing this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 4 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. 4 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Just keeping you away from the overwhelming feeling of whatever you get overwhelmed with. Wherever your mind starts to race at 10,000 miles per minute, a second, 1,000,000 miles per second even, that can be avoided. Focus on the light work. Focus on the goal. This can be avoided. Focus on the light work. Focus on the goal. You're getting it from both angles. 3D is telling you and 5D is telling you that the way to overcome the overwhelming feelings that you're not going to make it, it's not going to happen, they're not going to make it, there might not be the one, I'm never going to have a twin flame, I'm never going to have a union. All these negative thoughts that slide their way in can be kicked out of your mind by figuring out what good you're going to do in the way of light work and how good it's going to be when you get through this, when you withhold and withstand the test of time, not the divine masculine, time. That's the test, that's what you withstand. You withstand that in the light work, in the light. All of this, staying away from this, which is what you're being set up for by divine, is going to empower you to feel like a brand new beginning. Because over this past time period, there has been a dissatisfaction with the journey overall because of the divine masculine. I'm not sugarcoating it anymore. It's the divine masculine's fault. Right? You feel good? Now, that is the divine masculine's fault. For you being affected by it, that's your fault. It is the divine masculine's fault. But for you being affected by the divine masculine is your fault, because you are supposed to be more this than that. And you know it. And you know it. You haven't been this for whatever reason you allowed yourself to slip out of, for whatever reason, at whatever it. You can't change the past, Simba. It was supposed to happen like that, right? This reading was supposed to happen so that you can, from now forward, make the decision to curb this, to curb that, right? I don't know why I left it up right so long. This is what's supposed to be closing out in 2021. The fact that you didn't think you were this, or that somebody made you doubt you were this. That's what's being worked on in 2021. And you do that by doing this and getting your mindset right. That's what this says. That's what these say. Get the mindset right. And that way we can overcome this overwhelming feeling. So we can start to enjoy our lives again, because we know that everything is benefiting for the purpose of the union, so that when we get into union, we can have our new beginning in union. Now we can generate more power in the light work. The goal is the light work. The goal is the light work. The divine masculine will come with the light work. If you chase the divine masculine will run. Chase the light, the divine masculine will chase you. The divine masculine wants the light. There's nobody in their life showing them the light. You be that person. And in doing that, again, I say they want the light. There's nobody in their life showing them the light. If they get shown the light, they will chase after the light. If you are the light, they will chase after you, because they want the light and you are the light. You see what I'm saying here? Now, caveat. If you approach it from the perspective of, I'm doing my work so that I can get my divine masculine, I'm doing the light work because I'm doing my light because the divine masculine likes light, your light will not be as bright as it could be. Because the reason for doing it is not genuine, it's not pure. It is because you're looking for a specific outcome, not because the work is the right thing to do. The universe will not be mocked. The universe is not mocked. Tread softly. The mindset is gonna be how you make sure you're doing it the right way. The mindset is gonna make sure how you're doing it the right way. Again, no move you make with the divine masculine being the end goal is going to work out. Every move you make with pleasing the spirit of truth or satisfying your soul with work of the spirit of truth, that'll come to work. That'll come to fruition. Okay? Okay. Wow. The Chariot. An important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public recognition. Looky here. Looky here. The Chariot is this card, but the higher level. This is the one, or the same level. I don't know. They're both major arcana, right? Anyway, what I'm saying is, this card and this card pretty much are the same to me. They have the divine character, and then they got the two horses. They got the divine character, and they got the two beings. What you're being set up for is victory. On this side, you've had a desire to move on. Look at what you're moving on to. Look, you have a desire to move on. You've had it for a while. You've denied yourself because you didn't think it was the right thing to do. In doing so, you have neglected you have denied yourself something more meaningful. And you have denied yourself a fuller spiritual and emotional experience. 2021, cut that out. Get rid of it. It doesn't serve you. Find what does and rock with that. What serves you is the right mindset. What's the right mindset? I gotta help. I have to service other people in a way that is beneficial to their soul, to their lives in some way. I have to meet the needs of others. And the more people I meet need for, the better I feel. The more in the spirit of truth I am, or I feel like I am. But one versus 1,000, they're all good. They're still moving in the spirit of truth. Contentment, peace, and abundance. Contentment, peace, and abundance. This is what is on the way to you when you remember who you are. Right? That's what's being worked on in 2021. You're remembering who you are and deciding to be that person and demanding that everybody else respect you as such. And not accepting anything less from anybody, even if somebody thinks they're special or you think they're special. Ain't nobody that special. You hear what I'm telling you? You are the most special person. There is nobody that special for you to deny yourself. Spirit of truth is with you. Move in the spirit of truth. As long as you're in the spirit of truth is with you. If you move in the spirit of truth, you will evade the slippery slope. You will evade where you have found yourself before and did not like it. You will evade that space. If you teach people, and if you stay focused on the fact that spirit is bringing you into joy, contentment, peace, and abundance, and then you act like it every single moment of every single day, like you actually believe in spirit. You move like you actually believe what you say. You move like you believe that you're actually a 5D being. How about that? Move like it. You got this. You got this. I'm sure of it. All right. So moving forward, what we're going to see action-wise, getting over this back and forthness, making a decision. Getting over this, I'm not sure, into absolutely I am. I'm so sure that I'm going to teach other people. That's how sure I am. Not this. There's no room for this type of energy. There's no room for this back and forth energy. So we see ourselves making a decision, not going back and forth with ourselves anymore, not choosing 3D over 5D, but choosing 5D the right way, the spirit of truth all the time, all day, all day, all day. This is what it's about. This is what the focus is. If you need to remember this, you must remember this. Because a lot of times that's what happens, that I hear on the phone calls that people talk to me about, that when the divine masculine calls, or whenever the energy of the divine masculine is present, there seems to be a rush of emotions or whatever that seems to aid the divine feminine in not remembering the history with the divine masculine. Because if they were to remember the history, and this is just what I'm told, if they would remember the history, that they would not pick up the phone because they realize the cycles. However, when that phone rings or the energy appears, it's like, whew, all of that goes out the window. I'm just happy to hear from this person now. I'm just happy. Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the change. Hopefully, you won't put yourself in that position anymore. Hopefully, you'll allow the universe to show you when the time is without a shadow of a doubt, instead of you having to guess and then being being, what's the word I'm looking for? Dissatisfied with it not being the time. Kick the doubt out. Yeah. Yeah, write that phrase for me. Write that phrase. Kick the doubt out. Because over here it shows in 5D and in 3D that the mindset needs to be focused on the outcome, focused on the outcome, focused on the goal, focused on the successful completion. That's where the focus is, not in everything that's going wrong. That's not going to serve you in 2022. It's not going to serve you in 2022. And knowing that now, it's going to serve you worse if you still do it. You're being prompted. You're being made aware. This year, 2021, not being in this sometimes, you escaped. It was sweet because you did not know, right? This reading, you can't say that anymore. So in 2022, if you slip back to where you, because again, these cards are one and the same. When the card is like this, that's because this is happening. So if you slip in 2022 to the overwhelming, mind racing, negative thoughts, you will get back here looking just like this. And you will not be satisfied. You will feel like this. But I tell you that since you are aware of this reading, in 2022, it will be worse because you were made aware. This year, you got lucky. You got a slap on the wrist. You're being made aware now. If you were to do it in the future, it would be a decision. You would be here making a decision to stay here rather than feel free from your trapped thoughts, free from the force field of self-imposed thinking, and get back on the outskirts and get back to the successful completion of the journey of the union, the successful completion of the union, the successful completion, successful thinking. Successful thinking is stated in both cards, and they're touching each other. Successful thinking is touching this one. Why? Because you regaining those positive thoughts, you regaining knowing who you are, knowing the fact that the universe is going to bring it to fruition, knowing, trust, faith, hope, trust, faith, hope. These are the frequencies. These are what you are being poised to work on and express moving forward in 2022, giving you freedom from this double-mindedness, thinking that you're not this, and what's that word? Offending the spirit of truth, offending the universe, thinking of yourself as less like this. You are much more than that. And anybody that made you feel like that, away with them. Make that decision and get that back. Whatever you gave to them that allowed you to give weight to their thoughts about you, they're fools. To not recognize you, to not see who you are, they are fools. And unfortunately, if you recognize them not recognizing you and you decide to go with them anyway, you have decided to be with a fool. So that would make you a fool. Don't be a fool. If somebody don't recognize you for who they are, wait till they recognize you. Wait the right way by doing work in the spirit of truth. Doing work in the spirit of truth. There is so much information in this reading. Again, bookmark this. If you forget, click on this video again, put it in your playlist, listen to this once a day. Your goal is to refocus on the light work. Refocus on the light. Refocus on the light. Refocus on the light. All right. Let's get here. I'm going to shuffle these 3 times, and then we go get a massage. Yellow. All right, and then message from 5D is bam. Message from 3D is, come on now, hum now. That's one of my baseball coaches in the back in the day used to say, I'm now. A 2, and then one more for 3. All right, middle, top, bottom. All right, I thank y'all for being with me this far in the video. Like the video, please. Help YouTube spread the spirit of truth. All right, let's get the 5D message first, shall we? Let's see what it says. Queen of Earth, 8 of Earth, 6 of Water. All right, it says skilled workers rewarded. Learning all there is to know about the topic. Light work, cool. Going back to school, excellent. Memories from your history or childhood. Issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. Ooh, huh? Queen of Earth, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. The way that you deal with your divine masculine will say a lot about you, right? More importantly, the way you think regarding your divine masculine will let you know where you are, if you're slipping or if you're progressing. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach, not being overwhelmed. Take a sensible approach is understanding what serves you and leaving behind what does not. Skilled workers rewarded. You see moving forward that there's no time for romanticizing the past, and that the focus should be on the wealth of the kingdom, spreading that knowledge and wisdom. I want you to see there's no room for romanticizing the past. None. All the focus is on investing in people. Time. Investing time in people. All right, let's get it over here. Bruh. Balance. Stop overwhelming yourself. Take what serves you, leave what doesn't, and a desire to move on. Don't deny yourself. Balance between yourself, moderation between allowing this to happen to you and following in the spirit of truth. Moderation. Here, that's the goal. This overwhelming, this thing, boy. Sheesh. You can avoid that. You can avoid that. That's how. There's no time for what? Romanticizing the past, dwelling on the past. Take what serves you and go. All right, there it is. Level up, level up, level up. Take what serves you and go. All right, cool little frozen beans. So again, this reading was very, very, very important to help refocus the mind. Moving away from this in 2021, moving into the light work in 2022, which is the flow. That's where the flow is occurring, in the flow of the light work. Spirit of truth is always where the flow is. All right. Make a decision to get in the flow. Take what helps you get in the flow, leave behind what does not. The reason is because it's all helping you prepare for union. It's going to help you in the future enjoy yourself, contentment, peace, joy, abundance. Focus on the goal, focus on the work. You'll avoid these. All right? Cool little frozen beans. I hope this reading was everything you wanted. More importantly, I hope it's everything you needed. If you need me, visit MrLightwork.com or book a one-on-one session. Otherwise, see you guys next time. Love.